One of the lessons from the Great East Japan earthquake and Operation Tomodachi was the fact that the U.S. military and Japan Self-Defense Forces had trained together, worked together, and when I toured the area that was devastated by the earthquake shortly after the March 11th disasters, that's what both the Japan Self-Defense Forces and the U.S. military kept saying. We could move into action because we knew each other, we worked together, we trained together. And that type of working together is what we need to do across sectors.
In case of the Great East Japan earthquake, I was working in Miyagi Prefecture, national government headquarters, on-site headquarters in Miyagi Prefecture government. And at that time, we had liaison from NGO side. So there we started discussion how we can collaborate to provide hot meals for disaster survivors. At the moment, about 700,000 people are living in shelters, but they couldn't receive enough foods, and especially they lacked hot meals. So there we start discussion, and then finally we decided to organize four-party meeting. Four-party means national government, local government, and national defense, self-defense force, and NGOs to coordinate entire support, and so that we can provide better feeding for people living in shelters.
Post-Katrina, the biggest question everyone had was the city repopulating and how fast? And even the Census Bureau didn't have the methods to track that kind of repopulation after a massive evacuation. And so we actually worked with private companies, including Nielsen, who does television measurement, as well as some local private companies like Entergy, who had data on households getting energy, and the USPS, the Postal Service, and their data on households getting mail to come up with a new estimate for the city as it repopulated. And we supplied that to the Census Bureau and combined with their expertise on how to estimate population to come up with a new estimate of what the population really was post-Katrina in the years 2007, 2008. And so when the census did the actual count in 2010, that they do once every 10 years, they found that in fact our estimate based on that local data was better and closer to the real count than what they were coming up with their own methods. So it really was a combined effort of the public and the private and the nonprofit sector to come up with a real estimate for the city of New Orleans.
Mercy Corps is working increasingly with the private sector, trying to work on shared value relationships where there's a business interest in risk reduction. So I think a really good example is our partnership with Swiss Re, which is a Swiss reinsurance company. And we're working with them on a microinsurance project to bring microinsurance to the bottom of the pyramid in Haiti. So it's a company that has a great business interest in insurance. It's the poorest of the poor in Haiti who have never known the value of having insurance or had access to it. And Mercy Corps brings the relationship, connects the dots, connects this corporate interest with this community interest. So to me, that's an ideal kind of partnership.